Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we doing? Ah, it's Friday. It's the end of the week and the start of the bank holiday weekend. Hope everybody is having a good one and is lined up for a nice chill weekend. It's a particularly quiet tune. Evening, Steve. How's it going? Ah, here comes the volume. That's all right then. Yeah, I am kind of ahead of the curve today. Makes a change. There's an errant hair somewhere. I keep finding it. Oh, hang on. Took the glasses off and now I can't see to make the annoying thing go away. There we go. Right. Sorted. Yeah. Yeah, dive back into... Oh, fuck off. Gonna dive back into Avowed. Should be fun. We have got a few bits and pieces left to do in Galloway's Tusks. And as we were informed last time, we need to head back to Solace Keep to kind of sort of do a few bits and pieces there before we push on further out. My efforts to sort of side quest first and come back to the story are a little undermined by the setup of the area, which is fine. But kind of... I mean, I don't know. I feel like not facilitating people who are going to go out and do the side quests first and come back to the main story is an oversight. Maybe that's just me. It's like, pretty sure that's the way most RPG players do it. Oh well. Anyway, everything feels weird and off kilter and stuff. What's going on there? That is off kilter, that's why. That's better. Right, yes, shall we? I'm going to find the button. Excuse me. It was a bit louder than intended. Well, the banging of the ice cube probably doesn't help. Oh, man. Speaking of ice cubes, it's been a funny day. Funny 24 hours. We went out yesterday with a plan of making the most of the last bit of the good weather. It seemed like a good idea. Got a very, very, very hot bus across town. And then within an hour and a half of getting off said bus, the clouds rolled in and it had rained. That sucked. And the rest of the evening was just kind of cool and a bit grim. And I was like, what the fuck happened to it being the hottest day of the year, for crying out loud? This was not on the weather forecast. The weather forecast was that today would be really shit. Instead, this morning was a bit grey, but the rest of the day has been quite glorious, really. I got done over by the British weather and I'm peed off about it. Oh well. It was a nice evening anyway. But I got up bright and early today and fed the cat, inevitably, and then finished my build for tomorrow, which not only did I finish the build, I recorded, edited, uploaded the whole 9 yards on the video. The video is done and ready to go. It's scheduled, the whole lot. It'll do itself from here. I have a couple of social posts to do, but otherwise, yeah. Ticking along nicely, aren't we? Speaking of things that are ticking along nicely, we are currently watching the progress bar for the shaders ticking along. Oh yeah, I said this the other day actually, but it bears repeating. I figured out how to get around the problem with the stream and the reshade and stuff issues for Oblivion as well. Need to change some stuff in OBS as predicted, but it had to do with the hook, apparently. The way OBS was ingesting the game footage. And yeah, by changing that, I was able to solve the bouncy issue. Meant I could have my mods back, which is great, including the one that hides the HUD, so I could take better screenshots now, which is a happy day. Until Bethesda and Virtuous inevitably actually do put a hide HUD option in. There's a lot of shouting about it in the suggestions Discord, so fingers crossed. Spent all yesterday in an air-conditioned shop while people whinged about how hot it was, and then a pleasant evening at home. That sounds alright then, Steve. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I actually enjoyed the weather. I went out to enjoy the weather, and then it didn't materialise, which was disappointing. The bus, admittedly, not so fun, but that was not air-conditioned. It was just a big hot metal tube. So, yeah, that was not so great, but we survived. It was alright once it got moving and there was a bit of airflow, but when it stood in traffic or at bus stops or traffic lights or whatever, that was less good. It was much less good. I wonder if the reason I have to keep doing this is because I'm playing multiple games that use Unreal. I've got several Unreal Engine games on the go at the moment. This one and Oblivion and I believe Atomfall. We haven't played that in a couple of weeks. We will be going back to Atomfall just as soon as I can actually free up some damn room in my schedule. Probably when we finish this game. Because, yeah, 3 games is pushing it as it is. Putting 4 into rotation is just unsustainable, really. And what can you do when they all drop on you at once? Come on, nearly there. No, don't go backwards on me. We'll get there. I have my fan running below the desk, but it's soon going to start blowing hot air around. I had to close the window, partly because I don't want the neighbours deducing what I do, and partly because there's noisy assholes outside, so what can you do? We can rock and roll, that's what we can do. Let's see if we can remember the controls. I think I can. Earth's wheel refers to the cycle of reincarnation. Birth, goddess of cyclical death, churns the departed souls through a process of cleansing and rebirth so that they might live again. Okay. So, oh yeah, I left it with some untold conversations, didn't I?
You could teach me to shoot. Sure, but why? You know spells that'll knock an ogre on their back.
I've seen some very pretty guns. I think the right one would fit with my outfit, and I'd hate to miss out.
Fair enough. I'll teach you to shoot if you teach me some spells.
Sure. As long as you don't make me start with Tane's chaotic orb.
Ooh, what does that one do? Now that you mentioned it, that's the only one I want to learn.
Let's see how good you are at teaching. Then we can talk about the fun spells.
Well, I can't remember the activate control.
Seems there is more to our dwarven friend than we thought.
Yeah.
Than even he thought. At least we made sure that nothing like that massacre will ever happen again.
Ah, yes, his family were killed in a cult ritual where they all took poison because the cult leader was nuts. And had the Dreamscourge. At least there's some justice for victims. You seem happy he's dead. What matters now is how Maris is doing. Yeah, how Maris is doing, I think.
You're right. I'll pull him aside for a chat later. Either way, at least that part of Marius's life is done and dusted. The next time we find a cult like this, let's stop it before they get to the death part, shall we?
Indeed. Also, I just noticed she's got fur on one shoulder and not on the other. Wonder what happened there.
Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss. How can I help, darling?
I'll leave for now.
Don't mind if I do.
Apparently she's got more she wants to talk about.
You know, I don't think I've
How
ever
do you
seen
know?
so
Right.
many books in one place. And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a man who agreed with him.
Pargrunen books belong with the Pargrunen. She's a thief. Yes, she's a thief.
And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done.
Yes, we know who's going to be checking them out, and we don't want them having extra information.
Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose.
It's pretty bloody
Unless
sure
there's
that those
something
books
else
were being
you wish to
stolen for
discuss.
Ludwin.
How can I help, darling? Tired already, Envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Anything else to put there? No, I have not.
I wanted to thank you. You've been a really good friend to me, and I appreciate it.
Something on your mind, Marius?
Running into Yonku reminded me that I did have friends.
Evening,
in
Cal. How's it going?
Summers. And when I left, I more or less
Yeah, not too bad now. Bit worn out, alright.
Since then, I lost track of how lonely I was getting. Then, you and the Envoy showed up.
That's what friends are for.
Seriously, though, you treated me like kith, not like an exile or a drunken loss of a person. I needed that more than I knew.
We're here for you when you need us. Anytime.
Oh, and if you tell anyone I said that, I'll put a twig viper in your bedroll.
There he is.
Must be in the game, that noise then. Couldn't oh, for the love of...
Envoy?
Couldn't tell there.
I thought I'd feel different after dealing with Razvan. Somehow more at peace. There was this threat I didn't even know I was afraid of, and now it's gone. So why doesn't it all feel better now?
Fractured soul still needs to heal. Razvan's gun, he can't hurt you. Pitiful shade of person's not a threat to you, maybe he never was. Origin of your fears, but they built up beyond him over time. Yes, this is true. I mean, that's all well and good, but this is the one I actually like, so I'm going to go with that.
The man in that cave was not the horrible thing I imagined all this time. No one has been hunting me. No one was after me. Been dealing with this all my life.
Nice, no?
Someone starts acting strange, then clearly something terrible's about to happen. My people were in a cult. They believed what Razvan said. They died because he asked them to.
And they were done.
But he wasn't behind every corner. He was stuck in a cave, babbling in mushrooms.
Wouldn't make the situation better by worrying about it. Been through a lot, so for now. Cool to give him so much power over you. Now it's time to focus on what must be done. Been through a lot, but it's over now. It's been nice.
Seems to be.
He's been annoying me, actually, Marius, but
Yes.
hopefully he'll pull himself together
appreciate
now.
what you've done to help me. I won't forget it. Thank you.
I'm
for
not going to bet
finding
on it, but
Andy.
hopefully.
It's such a small thing, but it helps.
Glad to hear it. Bring back any other memories. Close to your parents. Glad to hear that.
Just holding it brings back memories. Good ones. There was a sense of purpose, I think. They all left Solace for a reason. They trusted Razvan. People began to act strange. My parents weren't around as much. Everyone started paying all their attention to Razvan. We all know what happened next.
What happened to people was tragic. They should have known better. So they had to go away to find it. How does this help you? They should have known better. I'm sorry. They should have done.
Maybe they should have. Maybe they just couldn't. I just wanted to thank you, Envoy. That's all. Anyway.
I come back to that old chestnut. Impossible is not an excuse.
Thanks for talking.
Nice. So, let's just check. Do I need to cook anything? No. I need to press the right button. Oh, a lot of stuff there going into the old leaf tea. Good that some of this stuff produces multiple versions of a thing for like one set of ingredients. Means you're a lot less likely to run out of stuff. Cool. I don't think anything in the inventory needs to go away. Oh yeah, we got those over the line, didn't we? We need a few more Adyran, but made some progress. Cool. Right, so there is a trip up into the Ash Forest to find Distal, and also the Homecoming quest. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to push on and deal with those two and then think about the story after that. I think we can actually do that. Just have to get rid of here. Cool. So we've got some stuff that is completed that needs stopping. Nice. I think the bounty's probably going to be the next one, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, we head sort of that way. And possibly explore further. But I could also... yeah, I think we'll do that. Just trying to annihilate my stream deck with my glass. Alright, we went that way last time, didn't we? So I guess we're going up towards the mountain. In search of a nasty undead. Head in, Alex, alright? He's actually off that way a bit, okay. So, I kind of want to sort of explore at the left and... Oop, no. Let's do what I can see, really. Looks like it's probably back of the mines and the whole area with Ludwig's camp and Stilgar. Probably looks like it anyway. That kind of a vibe. The zigzag our way up, I guess. It's quite a cool looking bit of ruined road. I guess the Pargrunen haven't had the opportunity to maintain their roads and stuff. Because, interesting. You'd think they would. This is their home territory after all. I guess resources and ability to range out and do this stuff is a bit limited for them.
That's done. Well, it's hard.
It should help. Should be good. And lightning on the situation. Pew pew pew. Ooh. Yes, they absolutely own that dude there. Whew. That went alright. Right then. Just moving towards the Ash Forest outpost here, but go and deal with Dustil and see what happens after that, I guess. That was his name, wasn't it? Go and dust the dead man. The undead man.
Quiet, Nimute.
Didn't think they'd deal too well with the cold. I'm not quite sure what this thing might be vulnerable to be honest. Other than getting shot. Let's try this. Pargrunen star metal. Nice.
Forge Master Bell is the only person I can...
There's Destil. Okay. So there's that bloody undead. Pow. Well, he's dead, so I mean, I wouldn't say it was great progress, but hey, it could have gone worse. Heal yourself, he said to the dead man. Very helpful. Just as soon as that effect wears off, which I don't know what it is, but okay. I've a better chance of looting things then. There we go. Can't see much of the big swirly purple effect. Putrescent brain. There's a few of those about yesterday, apparently. Okay. There's nothing here to tell me what that yeah, nothing's giving me... Oh, status effects. Yep, no, nothing there to be helpful at all either. So I don't know what's going on. Something is somehow draining my... essence because I'm apparently invisible for some reason. I'll stop. Yeah, I'm thoroughly confused. I don't have any abilities that make me invisible. I'm pretty freaking sure of that. Nope. I got no idea. Oh well, my well, that works apparently. Casting a spell made all the difference. Maybe it was some food I ate or something. Well, companion skills? I don't think so. I could have had something to do with Marius, actually, possibly. Might be shadow stuff, I don't know. Let's have a look, see if any of Marius's abilities fit the bill. Nope. Nope, fuck knows. I'm stumped. I'm officially mystified. In more ways than one. Oh. Could have been a side effect of one of the bad guy's abilities, maybe, but even that seems odd. As explanations go.
Child's play. Big mistake.
Didn't want to fire then. It's a bit momentarily worrying. How are we doing? Cool. Right, all that cleared off, we can push on again. Could be the food, really hoping to make you vanish for a few hours. Oh dear. I mean, true, but oof. Ooh. I've been around there, dead end, I think. Yes. What's behind cave number 1? What's inside cave number 1? It's a brand new club.
Huh. An abandoned camp. That isn't worrying.
They come over and stand there and stare at it just so you don't miss it. Notice the fellow wardens. These belongings are evidence in the arrest of one Renato Varga on suspicion of theft, currently detained in the tower outside Solace pending further judgment. In the meantime, police refrain from tampering with the scene of the crime. About that. I left it right, it'll be fine. Probably. Idling. Oh, we're all right. And over there. Nothing I need, but it's something. Dreamscourge speeds. Look at that. Ooh, don't know if the frame just dipped towards my eyes, but that was quite hard for a minute. Not fun. He's a bit tired today. It's been a long and fairly busy day. Just in case I regret coming here as early as I have done. There's a little slight steps if we can see anything. I see a way up there. Just going to talk to these folks and see what happens. Find Petru.
Looks like you're lost, Amaku. No one's allowed in here, especially not outsiders.
Yeah. Your captain isn't being held for a crime, but for our animancy. I'm fine with that. I'm an Adyran Empire carrying out official duties. Need to speak with the prisoner. What's going on here? Just passing through. Your captain isn't being held for a crime, but for animancy. You fine with that?
Petru chose to defy Solace Keep. He...
Trust your counsel so blindly I'll get you all killed?
See, you outsiders and your presumptions, always thinking you know how the world works. Let me tell you a secret. I don't trust anyone. I'm just here to do my job. Get out before we use your bones to make Petru a new cage.
Doesn't need to turn violence. No reason with you. Okay. Right, for now I will go with that and sneak around. Because I saw a way to sneak around. Yes, Petru was sneaking out. He used to be the guard captain, but he was sneaking out of Solace Keep to use animancy equipment to try and solve their food problem. And seemed to be having a bit of success, but one of the council members objected to the outside help and had him locked up for it. Possibly as a bit of a unilateral action as well. How you doing, Ancient? What got here?
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
Yes, it does look like that, doesn't it? What we got here then? Bit more of the Adyran that I need. I need 5 of them, and well, I need 4 now. 2 sets of 3, I think. Nice. Nearly sprang the trap. It's dark, so it's gonna have to see what's going on down there. I was hoping this might take me forward to Petri, but it looks like it won't. Still, there may be other approaches available. Well, anyway, now I'm done being childish. This looks ominous. And very Lord of the Ringsy. Very Lord of the Ringsy. Oh yeah, that was it. They grabbed him and dragged him off here, didn't they? Because that one person didn't agree with his... Well, one council member objected to his efforts to use outside means to solve their starvation issue. Crapsicle. I died because the timer ran out. The plane returned to Moria today and you were thinking this is very dwarfy and that's very orky. They do have distinct styles. Now then, where the bloody hell am I? I'm here. Okay. Again. Thrown off by the F key being interact again. Well, it went okay, eventually. Should have been a written record. These sets of markings on the wall seem to track depth of the magma in some crude way over a number of days or weeks. True.
You're not a warden. How did you... Wait, I remember you. From Fjord.
Ah, cagey dwarf in the market. I don't remember. Oh, I vaguely remember him, I think, maybe. Meet so many people don't remember you. So this is where you didn't want to tell anyone I saw you. So this is why you didn't want me to tell anyone I saw you.
Yes. You are a funny one. Gods, I just realized. Your face, you have the same features as Nandru. Somehow you got past the wardens to find me. Why? Who sent you?
Strange feeling someone important will be here. Joffrey did, now Captain of the Guard. Mina did, she's worried when he didn't return. Lots of fun in your journal in the abandoned outpost, just wandering and happened on the place. Joffrey did.
That cranky Jetula? Mihala trusts him to protect the keep? Well, he must have some sense if he asked you to rescue me. Mihala ordered my own wardens to kidnap me. And here I've been ever since.
They're loyal to a fault, which ought to be the official motto of Solace Keep.
Marius, is that you? Well, I suppose there's no reason to feign ignorance now. Thank you. It's good to see you.
I'm watching live streams of it now. Cool. Yeah, I played it, like I say, and it initially dropped, but I don't know, a week or two. But I haven't gone back in a very long time. Another one I might go back to. Although if I go back to anything at the moment, it's likely to be Forever Skies, because that's just gone into full release after a year of early access. It'll be interesting to see how it's changed and developed. But I haven't really got the gap in the schedule right now for that. Why would Mihala do something like that? So, Mina... She told Mina you were away on council business, you messed up, you betrayed Mahala's trust. Fuck Mihala.
I underestimated her conviction and overestimated her tolerance. If you've ever been to Solace, you saw the obvious. The keep is dying. Our people are starving. And if you've read my journal, you know I was trying to counteract that. To fulfill my oath to protect Solace. I wanted to use animancy as they do in Fjord. To feed the ground and make things grow. To revitalize the keep. And it worked. I produced bountiful crops so quickly. Berries the size of a Zarib's head in a few days.
Doing all that with no prior knowledge couldn't have been easy. Perhaps Solace like Fjord could employ revenant farmers to grow such harvests. You were imprisoned because you were trying to feed your people, and I managed to see as an affront to the gods. No. No. We're not crazy. I mean, you could play that way if you wanted to, but I'm not. Doing all that without prior knowledge.
I found a way to procure animancy equipment from Fjord so I could conduct experiments. There was much trial and error. Regardless, Mihala wasn't pleased. I took it upon myself to try it anyway. I thought that if I succeeded, I could sway our leader. I could not. I expect I shall remain here until Mihala has a spare moment to sentence me. I'm sure the punishment won't be pleasant. Once Solace turns its back on you, there is little one can do to regain its favor. Marius knows that well enough.
Well, I turned my back on Solace, but there really isn't that much of a difference.
Please, you must help me get out. Give me a chance to help the others, to feed my people. Tell the guards what you've learned.
Solace been playing solo. That's cool.
Let me out, I beg you.
Let's get him out of there. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, he did not. So, where to find the key? Oh dear. I got a bad feeling about this. Can't pick the lock, can I, by any chance? I mean, I don't want to nitpick or anything, but there's actually nothing that's holding these gates shut. You could just walk out, buddy. Yep, rather thought so. That's the way I want it. She's a toughie, that girl. I do feel a little bit bad. On the one hand, she was just doing her job, following instructions, blah blah blah. On the other hand, doing as you're told without thinking for yourself is not really something I can find defensible. The right thing to do was for her to walk away, actually letting go herself. But she chose not to do that. You're
back. Do you have the key? Will you let me go?
That sentence come out right there, Steve. Let you out, you'd deserve a second chance. Can't risk getting involved. You betrayed your leader and your people. No, none of that is true at all on any level, by any rational definition. Irrational definitions, maybe, but... yep.
God bless you, outsider. I won't forget this.
Where would he go?
Paradise, I suppose. Where else can I go?
Paradise without like arms. Third one has opportunities for all sorts of people. It's rough, but you find plenty of use for your skills. Yeah, they need the help as well, more than Paradise's do. Also, he has wanted to use Animancy to help his people, so either Eora or Thirdborn would be better bet than Paradise. Thirdborn, I think, because we sent the...
Again. Please, take this small token of
The
appreciation.
Animancer's there.
It's not much, but it's all I have.
Ooh, interesting weapon from the sound of it. I'll have a look in a minute. What was it? It's per brigandine. It's a look, that's for sure. Oh, I see. Nina Gauth's gruesome grasp. Frost damage and cast speed. Ooh. Versus... Yep, that's got to be the one for me, hasn't it? I mean, they're a bit steel gauntlet-y for my vibe, really, but... Yeah, the extra frost damage and ability cast speed is definitely worthwhile to me. Yeah, it's a decent trick you made in there, Steve, further than I got. Right, so that's all done. Our next stop then is Solace. I guess all of this will be opening up, but I don't know it, really. Well, actually, maybe not. Fuck a floor. Right, let's head back to Source Keep Party Camp and reset and we'll head in. Yeah, I can imagine if you start at the beginning, Steve, you'll be able to see any potential spoilers before they arrive. Once you start realising he's getting to, if he happens to be getting to places you haven't got to yet.
Marius, have you ever seen a ghost?
Once I saw a green spectral
Yes, he
woman
has.
floating over a pile of decaying leaves. Big hair like her head was on fire. Then again, it might have been a hallucination from some bad toadcap tea I got from an old lady in the forest.
Oh, last time I took bad mushrooms, I thought our home had been infested by tiny Delengum. Turns out my ferns were shedding.
That is a fascinating story. I wonder if nature was trying to tell you something.
Nature usually tells us to stay out, but with fewer words, and we never listen.
Don't mind him. He tells that story at the Ballarrock to trick travelers into buying him around.
Right, just because it never really happened doesn't mean it's any less true, you sock-a-supped root weasel.
Gentlemen, don't make me separate you. Thank you for the story, Marius. I liked it very much. Solace has a few old-fashioned ideas about animancy, to put it lightly.
Not the
Thank you for
animancy that's the
letting Petru
problem.
go free. Animancy is not a crime, but many feel entitled to treat it as one.
Trying to help his people. Hope he proves the naysayers wrong. For your sake, living lands could use more animancers. He's trying to help his people.
Aren't we all? Whether or not Petru is successful as an animancer, he has a right to learn the art. And it's good to know someone out there is defending his rights.
You've thrown in prison for not towing the party line. Because the party line was wrong, you know? He tried to fulfill his oath and help his people, and then got thrown into prison for it. I can't stand for that. Maybe if he was doing something that should obviously have been, like, recognised as harmful, that would be different, but what he was doing was obviously not, so... okay, that's all for now, I think.
Thanks for talking.
It's alright.
Yasli, you seem quiet. Something on your mind?
Oh, I'm just wishing I'd taken sketches.
So, let's get rid of some of this stuff. I don't know that I really need to be breaking all this down. I should probably sell it, actually, at this stage. But, maybe not.
When we were going through Nakukubel. So much was lost. And there's already so little left about the Akita. It's like all traces of them are being erased. I wish I could explain it, but it almost feels like my responsibility to make sure...
Clearly struggles to go through, but,
You really would have sacrificed the people of Thirdborn? People we both knew? To save a ruin?
For a ruin with actual Akitan souls in it. And Ringgrim's solution would have saved plenty in Thirdborn, Kai.
no,
I
it
don't
wouldn't.
understand. Has Ringgrim already sunk her hooks so deep in you?
Just because I disagree with you, dear, doesn't mean I've been brainwashed.
You're an idiot.
I don't know what to say.
Anyway, oh, I'm with this. Makes sense now. I have to read that about 3 times to wrap my brain around that, Steve, but might have missed a few bits along the way. Fair enough. Envy Rising and RuneScape as well. Oh, nice. And a bit of Oblivion. Yeah, that's another game I need to go back and have another crack at. I got a good long way into V Rising, but I think I kind of got bored before I was able to get myself to a position to advance any further than the stage I got. It was particularly grindy, but it was close to it.
Say that I'm sorry.
Let's get out of here. I'm sick of listening to the slot talk shit. Am I in the right place? Yes, I am. Right. The other thing I need to do is find the last bits of the totem. When the antler of the preserving stag below a bridge above the acid sea, the first of the oaks remain shall be. Okay. Bridge to the garden. That way. Ugh. Oh, there's Zor-obscured creatures over there? Or a Zor-obscured creature, anyway. On we run. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to the end of this tomorrow, Cal, but hopefully soon. Below the bridge. Aha!
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
Nice. Past a disused tower guarding lava fields by stone and bramble. I'm guessing it's somewhere around here near the North Warden Tower. Near the Founder's Head, these areas find. Out of view where he is blind, behind his head. Okay. A silent village where spirits still shriek. So up there, I guess. Nice. Everything's off to the north. The volcano is very cool. Very fantasy volcano, but very cool. On we go. Don't get how the lava can be pouring out the side like that, but anyway. Okay. So, where's the head? Somewhere over here, I believe. So they were carving a big old statue to what's his face, weren't they? Which I think is up there. Which we look as a might be somewhat out of reach, actually. We'll see. It was tickling. So, disused tower. By stone and bramble. Yeah, it could be easier said than done to figure this out. Don't know about funny. Let's stay exploring at the moment. Hunting for bits of a totem. Up there, maybe. I feel like up there has got distinct possibilities to it. Or not. Oh. I don't think I blinked for long enough there. For some reasons this is really hard on my eyes today. Eyes are dry AF. I think it's something to do with the lighting in Galloway's Tusk is a bit kind of... Ugh. Bit harsh. Stone and bramble. To be honest, I'm none the wiser. Get a big statement out there. That must be the areas of seeking, I guess. Try the Lost Village instead, and I'll leave that one till last. Just wondered for a second. Bone shots you seek and silent village of spirit seek. Freak. Yeah, it's not very helpful. Oh, distinctly non-specific anyway. Ears pinned back for a shimmering sound of loot. It's not too breakable. Well, we'll see how we do. Doesn't seem likely. Oh! Ow.
These bowls used to contain a poison. Barbarian Xion root, maybe.
Head down the road to get to the drunken dragon inn and turn around and keep going till you see it on the left. Yeah, I think I might have a hard time finding any inns down here.
That must be the door. Oh god, here we go. Alright, what was it? Something. Voices, something in the sky. Gods, I can't think straight. Right. I know it. I think I do. I hope so.
I suppose it's going to be in here. Our voices shriek. Guess not. This doesn't look very promising. Oh dear. Not gonna work, this, is it? Well, Oh, I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. Into the beyond because I jumped out of bounds, apparently. It's stiff and just flopped through the air like a stunned fish. So we'll chalk that one up as a big old nope. I feel like there's some up there though. I mean, we got up there, didn't we? And there was note. Oh, there you go, you alright? Yep, swimming in lava is definitely a thing that's happening. It's not a thing that should be happening, but it's a thing that is happening. That will be an out of bounds location then. Well, not having much luck at the moment. But, that was the wrong button. The, directions are the least helpful they've ever been at this stage. It was vaguely useful in the past. Now, not so much. This is probably a poor choice as well. Doesn't look to be anything down there anyway. It's gone dark and I can see even less than I can in the daylight that burns my eyes. Oh lordy, this is going weird. But I'm not dead, so I will take it. We nowhere fast. Adventures parkouring. Well, I'm looking for something that I have managed to go right through this area before and I missed it, so. What else is there to do? Silent villager spirits still shriek. So far, there's one that's out of reach because I can't go there yet. And the other two are just... God knows where, because the directions are awful. Yes, looking for the totem piece. One that's totally hard to find. My patience is rather running out, to be honest. Shit directions and well hidden as far as I can tell. So yeah, I got no bloody idea. I might have to look them up. On the other hand, I'm also kind of on the limit of... have to look them up. Are they really worth trying to find in the first place? Probably won't work, but hey. It'd work better if it just fucking jumped when I press the jump button. Yeah, what kind of video game is it where you die in lava? Come on. Lost longer than that in reality. I suppose it is this way, but... no, just hit the edge of the game there. Do I look it up or do I give it the finger? I don't know. I'll look it up. Looking up on my phone, that's just not worth... yeah, I'm not going to find it that way. I'm not going to be able to read the directions. Actually, try this. Avowed. Right. Let's do it the other way, because that's the one. It's an interesting way of handling it. Right. Really? Not sure that makes any sense at all, but okay. No wonder I didn't find that one. So I feel like that one wasn't there, isn't even on the list. Okay. No, you absolute turd. Nobody else should do that or that. Stupid controls. Hey. I've got a better idea. I press button, you do thing. Right. I've lost track of where the fuck I am. Okay. Well, that's fucking great, isn't it? Ah, fuck me, sideways. To be fair, it's where I thought it was. It's the getting there bit that I have a problem with. Now it's dark, just to annoy the shit out of me some more. Useless cunt. No, must be from the other side. Try again. The other fast travel point, but it's right there. And the other fast travel point will be there, so that doesn't really make any sense at all. Unless it's not that one. Nope. Not by what I'm seeing. So I'm not in the mood to be reasonable. I'm in the mood to hurt people. It's not fucking working either, is it? Get up there, you useless fucktard. It's right there, you absolute fucking twat. Don't be such a pussy, and also you deserve this pain. Got it.
This looks like it could sweeten that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
I don't feel like I've been here. This is not familiar to me. I have not been here. Sure, I entirely agree with the choice of like description of it as reasonable. Maybe. So kind of none the wiser as to where the hell I am, though. Okay. Oh, go away. Thank you. Fucking spell off. No? Anybody else? I think we got them all. We got them all.
Look, as far as I recall, there were no spooky tunnels on our agenda today.
2 points. 1, you're correct. 2, nobody asked. That's whole route. Makes absolutely no sense, but okay. Was one path I missed. I'm gonna go check that out in a moment. I'll go faster, please. There's a lot less fucking around. Yeah, exactly. It's easy, that's why.
Get it together, Lonzo.
Good night. I should chill him out, shouldn't it?
Take a moment, people.
Zorp was armed with a turnip. Don't know why, but he was. The big old purple cliff edge. Oh, hello. Nearly wound up in the lava.
Child's play.
Nobody asked you to play. Diary of an Anomancer. One beautiful bit of art would be perfect to study the erratic flow of essence natural to the living lands. Unfortunately, there's an infestation of Zorps in the area. Mustn't let something as silly as fear stop our studies. So, if myself decided by splitting up, less likely to be seen by the monsters. Yeah, we've read this already somewhere else. Like, far from here. That's familiar. It's a duplicated, journal entry there.
This looks like it could fit in that artifact.
And the other one, which is deeply confusing. Did I already get one from somewhere over here? Maybe. Guess I already did.
Let's try it out.
Fair enough. But, I'd say it went well, but it wasn't a total disaster either. Oh, yeah, the directions were not very helpful this time round. At all. Oof. What's that last one? Where fungal forest halts among the... Yeah, got that one. Got that one. Apostasy's tower guarding lava fields by stone and bramble. So that must be the one I was looking at. So that must have been the disused tower and up that way. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very useless directions.
Do you feel
There's one left.
reminds me of a storm gathering power on the horizon.
And apparently I've got an ability point. Go in there, I think. For now.
Okay, best food you've eaten. Go.
Fury and Rudolph rules.
Really?
Ooh, Pargrunen stash. Good shout. That must be up there. Okay, let's go back for that one. I got distracted when I found the totem piece. The disused tower. I was chuntering about. Oh, I thought I fucked it then. Wasn't going to slow down, but the wall gave me no choice. And again. Oh. Well, barring further information. No, don't do that, you fucking stupid bastard. I'm gonna die to awful controls. That way, I guess. Here are shimmering. There it is. Zoom. Nice shout, Cal. Sentinel Mail, Adyran. Medium armor, isn't it? Probably what I would go for if I was to do a two-handed build. Probably. As and when. Armor there, didn't I? Adyran, need that as well. Nice. The Brigandine again. So that's enough to upgrade my armor, I think, next. I'm going to go back to camp, which is good, which I shall be absolutely doing momentarily. By momentarily, I mean right fucking there. all achy today. Cool. Upgrade items. First thing to upgrade. Yeah, I can scan certain. Nice. Now it's a legendary. Still has the best stats on it, abilities on it. Area of effect damage and maximum essence. Nothing that tops that I've seen yet. Even though others would suggest otherwise, everything else is sitting on 2, isn't it, right now? Let's have a look what we got here.
You're telling me the art...
Yes, I'll take this all the way up to the top right now. I don't think there's any reason not to either. That's my armor maxed out. Nice. Heaven's Strike will need more Adyran. I can do one of these. So that will be boost the physical damage a little bit. That drops the cooldown by just over 1%. Or the ability cost, rather. Damage it is. For now.
Archmage Console Heart is just a floating skull?
Oh, he does find himself between bodies from time to time, but not usually.
That must be terribly inconvenient. Especially for whomever has to carry him around.
I heard a rumor he loves candied nuts. How does that work for a floating skull?
Right, I refuse to even entertain the idea of a skull floating around casting spells and eating nuts.
Then it's agreed. If we come across a floating skull, we just keep walking.
He's got these nuts, I know that much. Plenty of them. Yeah, Steve summed that up quite well, really, there, guys. Yeah, I had a nice evening, but had a very, very hot bus journey to start it off, and then within an hour and a half or so of getting off said bus, it clouded over, got colder, not cold, but colder, and rained briefly.
I remember hearing an old wives' tale that when you're on the verge of panic, you hold some ice. It gives you something to focus on, apparently.
Yeah. And today was supposed to be complete and utter trash in terms of the weather compared to yesterday, and actually it's quite nice. Apart from, you know, first. Yeah, by 10 o'clock it'd gotten quite nice. Probably earlier than that, in fact. So yeah, it's all been rather weird. What can you do? So, we need to go and talk to the Council of Solace Keep. And I must save the game here. Just in case I regret my life choices. Or want to murder the entire council. Enjoying the aircon, yeah. It was very hot early on, but yeah, about... I think we went out about 5-ish. Yeah, it would have been by the time we'd walked and bust and walked some more and then actually sat down. It was probably about 6. And by about 7:30, it was cloudy and cold and wet. So, yeah. Not exactly ideal.
Make it quick, Adyran.
Mihala had Petri in prison for practicing Amancy. Thought you'd want to know. Spoke with Nina. She thinks Petri was doing something dependent whatever. Petri will be returning. Yeah, let's just tell him the truth.
Well, you don't pull punches, do you? Huh. I guess that means this posting will be mine for a while now, won't it? Nandru, save us. Thank you for telling me. Careful telling Mina. If you tell her at all right? I need all the wardens I can spare.
I won't say a thing.
Thanks, Adyran.
Her
Good
policy
luck out
is of locking up a guy for doing the right thing is not, you know, she clearly doesn't deserve the kind of respect of being candid with her. So, you'll get the respect she deserves. Fuck all. Right, onward. And we capped out at about 23 here so far, Carl. Maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, 25 is probably pushing it for me as well.
If we open our gates to outlanders, they stand to lose everything. They will corrupt our people, destroy our traditions.
Our entire society faces destruction if we don't. We trade. We need the rest of the world.
The reason Solace Keep has stood for so long is because we've stood alone.
She's fucking stupid.
I understand, Mihala. But Solace Keep is dying. Surely it wouldn't hurt to consider a different route.
I think she would benefit from a little defense operation, yeah.
What is the meaning of this?
Ah,
Who let them in here?
stupid bitch.
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust
Charming
you
woman.
came back to us for good reason.
Silgarite is at Mount Foya. Your lives are in danger. Leave the Silgarite event to the Tusks. Your lives are in danger. Need your help. Your Marius does gratitude for warning you of danger. You didn't have to come. You didn't have to come here, no. Silgarite event to the Tusks. Your lives are in danger.
Our order has survived the threat of these lands for hundreds of years. Wardens patrol the region day and night. There's no danger in the tusks that can catch us on the way.
You're almost as daft as she
They
is.
nearly destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
You've already destroyed one historical edifice. We heard of what you did to the ruins in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you
Now, how did you
for
hear of
even
that?
a second longer.
Because if you annoy me, I'll shoot you. You already annoyed me enough. Did what was needed. Don't have to explain myself to you. That is also entirely true. It isn't your place to comment. That is not entirely true, given that the whole kind of culture is set up around society, is set up around defending the garden and stuff. So yeah, did what I had to do.
Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you? It sounds like you have something in mind.
You for path to the garden, help us put an end to the Dreamscourge. You can have a conversation that's gone so far. I don't expect much of anything from you. Well, there's that. It's true, but Yeah, if I can manipulate her to get what I want out of her, then I have no particular qualms about doing that. So, help us put an end to the Dreamscourge.
There is no Dreamscourge in
Wrong.
Gawain's tusks.
Nor has there ever been.
This is not true. Shelter must be remarkable. You must shelter remarkable students of the arcane arts to be so awarded. The living archives has already succumbed to the plague. Every settlement in living land suffer from its amount of time. That's not possible. Your living archives has already succumbed to it.
How can that be? The Dreamscourge has not touched the tusks.
Clearly it has, dipshits. I've just told you it has.
But what good is that if the Dreamscourge gets everyone else in the tusks?
What if Nandru's Aegis no longer protects us?
I do not believe it, but I cannot risk the keep on doubt alone. You say you mean to end this plague of madness, Envoy?
Sure as parts of the garden we will.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy?
God is in prison there, spoke to me, begged me to come. Determined it's the source of the Dreamscourge. Your garden? Yeah, not your garden. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Yeah, she's so fucking short-sighted and closed-minded that she's going to get everybody killed for a combination of ignorance and to maintain her own position. She's certainly given up any right to be in a position of authority. Any authority she had, she threw away when she did refuse to do the right thing. When presented with the opportunity. Repeatedly. God is in prison there. It's the source of the Dreamscourge.
Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, Envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose. Its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru.
Really, how do you observe it if you can't get anywhere near
He
it?
once wrote that the island spoke to him. Perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face. I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adyran could have anything in common with Nandru.
Resign and then jump out that window. Final journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way. A godlike of the being in the garden. Maybe Nandru was too. The reincarnation. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Don't care. How do I get there? Let's go with Journal of Nandru's.
Enough. I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact?
Yep.
We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
That closed-mindedness
If
is...
there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. That is what your supposed steel garrote must be in the tusks to find, isn't it? I fear you and they will be disappointed.
If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it? Tell us where we might look, so we can't for nothing, don't believe you. Well, I don't believe you. If there's nothing way in, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage.
And you're an ignorant bitch.
You are an outsider, and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built.
She's half right on that point.
Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
Well, then it's time to put one between your eyes, you useless bitch. Yeah, it's supposed to be, well, it's supposed to be capped out at 18 here today, but it's now sitting at 10. I don't know what the humidity looks like. There we are. 75% humidity at the moment here. So it's, yeah. There's probably even more than that in here. My purpose is greater than the concerns of Kith. Wait, stop searching. Send around here like I'm leaving. My purpose is greater than the concerns of Kith.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the Envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed, no inclination to help you.
I would do him a favour. I've already sacrificed any right to a position of authority by refusing to fulfil their duty and serve the interests of their people, so that big old window behind them is really where they belong. Well, the concrete underneath it, stone beneath it. I'm just going to glare and walk out.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Might want to go talk to Mihala now, assuming we still want to do that.
Not really, no. For the good of the Pargrunen people. Well. Big skull for somebody who's, where's the other guy, though? Who's supposed to be escorting us out? Well, she went that way, so it's, You like piece of paper, multiple stains written in Kostya's sprawling cursive, most unintelligible, but for a few lines. I'm done, drove a spear through my heart, I can't take this zealotry any longer. Not when everything we hold precious stands to burn to cinders, because Mahala's decided the dead man's words are more valuable than the lives of our people. Exactly. No right to a position of authority. What will it take to make her understand? It doesn't matter. Remove her from the position if she can't do the job. Or won't do the job, more the point. She put a black bus, yoink. That's the one we're on right now. Alright, let's see if I can get some... Huh, interesting. Stack of meeting minutes, notes, assorted papers, for the most part collection of bureaucratic BS. Hidden among them crap is a series of handwritten exchanges between Kostya and Mihala and shorthand and dripping with excessive punctuation. Two never seem in agreement about anything. Mihala rates most of her entries in full sentences. Kostya, on the other hand, shows a deep love for rude sketches. Kostya, as per our conversation on the topic, we're supposed to present a united front, not whatever that was. It's come to my attention, certain parties have been intercepting my letters to Adyran. Interesting, somebody's been sending letters to Adyran, okay. Uncertain who is responsible, but I advise the corporate to stop. Margins of our meeting notes are not for caricatures. And look forward to several hundred years or so working with someone more stubborn than sane. Yeah.
Still lingering, Adyran?
That's what problem solver. This is true. We need to talk about Petru. No, not talking about that. Some more Chinese animancy equipment. Not talking about that. Same thing. Found a letter one of your council members wrote to Hilgard. No.
Good.
Because she's the one who has a problem with that. And ultimately it's going to get him killed. So she has nothing to discuss that is productive. So I'm not going to.
I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
I'm just squeezing a few more insults. If you're about to apologize, make an apology, save it, I don't care. Raise an eyebrow quizzically, yes. Yes?
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old, sick,
Failure of leadership.
the young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think
She is incompetent and unfit for her position. She's risking lives for the sake of pride.
Yes. She's more concerned about her pride than the fact our people are weakening from deprivation. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
And you're equal? Should be. Two-faced coward. Still owe you an apology, picking your battles. Feels like a difficult situation. Difficult situation.
It is. I understand, Mihala, but principles won't keep your people fed and safe.
Shouldn't have principles. She
Neither
is.
our oaths nor this keep will
Stupidity.
prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
What do you want from me exactly?
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot.
Get to the point, man.
Wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let an Adyran trade caravan slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Yeah, I suspect most of the rain's done its thing by the time it gets to you, or a lot of it anyway, Steve. On the other side of the hills and all that. You choose godlike features that cover your entire eyes, so every time you get an option like raise his eyebrow, it makes you laugh. Yeah, that is a slight technical issue. I do still have eyebrows. Intriguing. What will you give me in return? Trade agreements aren't my specific wheelhouse. Why haven't you? Not interested in solving your problems. I'm intrigued.
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
If she's determined, she's not a fucking woman anymore, I know that. She's a skeleton. She's kind of past such definitions and left them behind, I think. Why are you telling me this? You knew about Stilgar the whole time. You told me all I need to know. Why didn't you tell Mihala? She won't do shit. Or she'll try to throw him out the window or something. Maybe she needs to go out the window, really. You knew about Stilgar the whole time?
I lied to you. I'm sorry for that. I didn't intend to make you look like a fool. But I couldn't let Mihala know the truth. She would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths with no thought for how this situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care.
Now that takes him off the scale in the other direction. He should give a crap about this. It's the basis of this whole fucking society. but you can have your cake and eat it here, you know. If they're all dead, they can't protect anything. But, what about your duty?
Forget duty. Duty cannot feed our children. Duty cannot keep us safe. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
He'd agree to it anyway. You misunderstand the Ambassador's relationship with the Inquisitor. You've nothing to offer here. Ambassador Hilgard's a real reasonable man. You don't need Luduin's support.
It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
What?
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sundan mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the steel Garrote, disgusting.
Yeah, he's no better.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adyr and the Steel Garrote in exchange for goods and
Now, where
gold.
exactly do you plan to live then?
Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
As a bunch of homeless people who are going to die in the ashen wastes. I think he might be as bananas as the other witches. I knew you were a fucking snake. Well, yeah, he's that. I'm sure Mihala would love to hear this. You have a point. Well, none of this is any good. Like, where's the option that is not just giving him shit, stabbing him in the back, or agreeing with him? There should be an option somewhere in there that sits. There's a fourth space here for keep's not the problem. It's the policies that surround it. Like this. I'm a video game writer, but I could come along behind them and say, you fucked this, you fucked this, you fucked this. Easy to criticise after the fact. On the other hand, they should have people coming along behind them going, what about this, what about that, what about the other? Like, playtesters should be putting this stuff in there. Which is not a good sign that they're not. It's going to have to have a point, because the other two are insane. This is only slightly less insane, but...
Kind words I did not think I would hear. I doubt she will, though. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adyr's hunger.
You live in a volcanic wasteland. What with a trade agreement, they'll be fine. There's nothing here for them outside of, trading with somebody who's already here is a better deal than coming in and having to take over trying to manage this volcanic hellscape. Let somebody else to deal with the shit and trade with them afterwards. So there's no brainer. Giving Adyr a crumbling castle will protect you from them. Change you all. Wish you well, but I want nothing to do with this. Giving an Adyr... That's not... It would change you all. What nothing to do with this. I'm not going with that one. I agree with that, but I can see that's going to send me to a dead end and backing out of this conversation probably. No, actually, because that's the one that'll do that. No, giving them a castle won't help. I mean, I've just saved it, so I can go back if I have to.
It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
Regardless of what you think, I'll find it.
You are not the first person to have said that.
I am different,
to get what
though.
you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
Legion's out of control, still unpredictable than I forced my hand. Thought I had never crossed my mind, still go out my countryman. If I salute you, Ludwin, she's dead. Sorry. Ludwin's out of control. Yeah. Bottom one is also true, but...
Of course. But need she be stopped by you? Now?
Yes.
In any case, the Steel Garrote are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there...
I don't like Mount Forja as a name.
Primordial depths.
That's just me, it just doesn't...
You will. I
fit
believe
to
that
me.
Pargrunen and the Adyrans can forge a mutually beneficial alliance.
Yeah, but
That
not the way
will
you
not
think.
happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed.
Only if you're involved. If I shoot Ludwin, which I'm going to do, yeah, if I shoot Ludwin, how is that going to harm them? Sort of like Ludwin's their only hope for a relationship with Adyr. Me and the Ambassador are a better bet, in fact. Yeah, they'd need help from Fjord to turn it into farmland. It's probably got minerals and stuff like that. Say they need building materials, but, well, I look outside the front door and see a fuck lot of building materials. You know, not a lot of wood, but a lot of stone. That's a good point. I do need to go back and do that star mail. I've taken most of it there. I got Heaven Strike, the Superb Arquebus, which is the best version of that one. I don't know. Star Metal, how much Star Metal I have. Well, I can go and talk to them and back out if I need to, can't I? I did find some more anyway. But there was an Arquebus and a sword he could make. I had him made the Arquebus because I could actually use that. But I think I can have him make the lesser version of the sword as well. I think, maybe. Maybe he made both, and I just have missed one. I'm not going back looking for it.
You're back! What did you miss most? The loud clanging or the grimy walls and floor?
I like this guy.
What can I do for you?
Let's see, where's first up? It's Mardraban and Faith and Conviction, which is quite a cool looking set of armour. But it's heavy, isn't it? Yeah. It's going to cost me a lot. But there's not really anything else I need other than the Ardra, so... Oh, we had lockpicks.
You're back! What? You're back! What can I do?
Star Metal.
Blessed day! What would you like done?
Yeah, I can only go for the sword now, because I've done the rifle.
Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the Council chose me to be master of this forge.
Huh, at least your enemies will see a gorgeous weapon. Before you kill them, of course.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade.
How
Never
imaginative.
before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge.
Now, the Masterwork, you've really proven yourself, Forge Master.
Thank you for your kind words, outsider. I will take them to heart.
Yeah, it looks quite cool. Don't like the crossguard, the handguard. And as for his masterwork, there's a couple of problems with it that I could see. The handguard is not the best. Everything else looks okay. The setting and the engraving on the handguard is not great. The whole crossguard's not good. Can't see a great deal of the pommel, but it looks like the engraving and setting there is not great either. And the grip is... Yeah, the grip looks like it's cylindrical rather than a squashed cylinder with sort of an oval shape to it. All of those things would make it more of a masterwork. Not that I'm picky or anything. What does it do? Full combo takes a hit enemy damage reduction, and it does frost damage. It's quite cool, though. Yeah, it makes you poke Ludwig with it. Yeah, it seems appropriate.
An outlander.
Well, actually, looking at it, it's probably not a terrible choice. She's a skeleton powered by unholy fire, so sticking magical cold through her bones, I suppose, because there's probably not much else there between them, other than said fire, is probably not a bad way to take her down, really. Right. So, I need to turn that bounty in. I was a dumbass and forgot, so let's go do that. Yeah, all he has to do is set up a basic trade agreement with the other parties in the three other settlements in the Living Lands. Paradise gets him access to Adyr, especially if he signs a trade agreement with Adyr. Where was the bounty board in here? Over here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, if he does that, and then he can get Animancy help to produce food from Fiormus Inferno, and I don't know quite what relationship they could have with Thirdborn, but I'm sure they could find something. And at that point, they can keep their home, trade, rebuild it, repair it, and, you know, they don't actually have to give up their identity, their ancestral purpose, and all of that. I do quite like that light shining on the statue, though. It's not... The situation isn't what they're making it out to be. A bounty to claim.
Excellent work.
Killed the Revenant.
May they have better fortune on their next turn around the wheel. Somewhere far away from here would be a start. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's everything. Gods above, Envoy. I don't know what to say.
Thank you, perhaps. Instead of saying anything, how about a bit of extra from work? Yeah, nothing to be said. I'm glad I could help.
Stories of your prowess and generosity will echo throughout the ages, Envoy. Here, take this. Many wardens contributed coin to thank you for the burdens you've relieved from their shoulders. I will make sure your name lives on in our hearts and minds. For as long as Solace Keep stands, you will be remembered.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of factions, groups, nations that would like to get access to the minerals and so on that are present in Galawain's tusks, but the cost of being the one to extract them just makes me think that it's a... Yeah, that's not very interesting. A better bet to have somebody else do it for you, so... Yeah, it all just seems a bit crazy to me. So, the totem we'll do next time. Mapping the Living Lands we're going to do now. I'll leave that one. Actually, no, I'll put the totem on, but... Means back to Dawnshore. Yeah, the extra rewards are nice. I do quite like the bounty thing. Yeah, it's a good little feature, that. I could probably fast travel, save myself trekking across Dawnshore, couldn't I? Would probably be a good plan.
The Adyrans have come quietly. They will not take us by force, but with rules and charters.
Right there, I thought I'd gone the wrong way.
You're back. What have you found?
He looks way too young to have the I don't know, background, history, CV that he has. That Renato.
You found him?
Still languishing in a cell.
Imprisoned? And you didn't try to free him? What did he do?
He's got plenty of time to think about it. If you really want to know, he was stealing artifacts to support himself.
Stealing? Oh, but that violates every principle of our field. Madico, this expedition is cursed. Where did I go wrong?
You sent people out into the wilds with no training and no one to guide them. Maybe take one moment to actually think next time?
If I've seen this, did you vet him before you hired him? And you got me killed, how could you expect them to survive? I can't really say what matters in our pursuit of learning. Yeah, go on.
You're right. I was so excited by the prospect of being first. Never mind. That's no excuse. It seems we've both learned that the hard way. Thank you, amico. You've helped me shape the course of history. Come back to the shop anytime.
You did good, Envoy. I think you brought them peace.
Well, I hope so. What did I get? Ring of many stars. Conjure magical homing projectiles that bounce between targets. Quite cool, but to be honest, many light of seeking stars, yeah. More powerful at night. Interesting, but I don't see myself using it because what I have, the other stuff I have is more useful. So, yeah, if I could find any more, that would be great. But I don't know that I will. So what documents might there be that not currently There's supposed to be no exclamation point there, but there remains one nonetheless. No, it's gone away now. Good. Cool. So, back to Gallion's Tusks, a short jaunt. Yeah. And I think we'll get set up with a view to carrying on next time, because it's a bit late for pushing on, really. Which is very true, Noel. Cantic is a song or poem of cultural significance to the Pargrunen. Okay, so...
That means...
so I should be able to craft at least one of those. Still need... I need 5? Jesus.
Meeting of the Solace Council did not go as
No, it did not. Well, it went as predicted, just not as planned.
planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by Nandru centuries ago.
Same story everywhere. Though, much of Rauatai's history is recorded in chants, so half our debates are sung. It doesn't resolve our feuds, but it does make them more entertaining.
Do you think there's hope for the Council? Or are they too stuck in their ways?
Do I look like an Usundid politician? There's a reason I spend most of my time as far from civilization as possible.
Well, I'd vote for you, dearie. If only to see the squirrel.
Yeah, that sounds like her, alright.
Talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy to see it.
Intero's not bad, but I think we can do better than that. What do you think of Kostya's plan to deal with Adyran?
I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the Envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it.
I think they can have their cake and eat it here, but they do need to open the doors to other people. They can still keep their home, keep their cultural duty alive, and survive by trading with other people and having a relationship with their neighbours. It's not fucking difficult. Across the Eora build and abandoned forts all the time. Cluster's way may actually be more traditional. That's an interesting point. He's right, obviously, he's regular to see his people on a future on a risky deal, assuming they'll adapt. You shouldn't make that kind of decision on everybody's half. If he was making the right decision, I would disagree, but he's not, so. Good deal for Adyran. No, it's not. Well, let's go with that one.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right. Probably a good reason for that, too. Rauatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances.
And we have a crash. Yeah. Obsidian's game is more unstable than Bethesda's lately. Stop that up again, shall we? Double Deckers is pretty much a classic. I do kind of like chocolate, but I like it in other things as well. Picking one, though. Catch you later, Carl. Have a good night. Enough to kind of tidy this up a little bit. I assume I'll be at the camp because of, I assume it'll also save when I went to the camp, but I don't know. It kinda did and it kinda didn't. One always goes in your basket. It's what always goes in your basket. Oh. I don't think there's anyone. Toblerone's right up there, though, Steve. I do like Toblerone.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all processes. Traditions and arguments over texts written by non-Drew centuries ago.
Same story everywhere. Where? Though much of Raua's history is recorded in chants, so half our debates are sung. It doesn't resolve our feuds, but talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy. I can tell he's struggling against the current tradition, but I never thought Rauatized. Many were bloody and hard won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land.
Dying out and aggressive conquest aren't the only options. Yeah, certainly not in this case, anyway. Would the peoples you've absorbed into your empire feel differently? Explanation simplifies messy violent history. Rauta is one of the most prosperous and expensive empires because of that boldness.
Fair enough, and that's not exactly the choice in front of the Pargrunen either. The question is, do you really think Kostya and his people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adyr? Or striking out into the living lands?
Yeah, but they can keep their home and make deals with and trade with their neighbours. There's no that. It's not like leave everything behind or stay and die. It's not that dichotomous. There is a middle ground that is way more beneficial for everybody involved, and it's just quite obvious. Like this, oh, it's got to be this. It's just stupid. Then how to survive? They should stay here. Anything's better. Then how to survive? And thus they should stay
Surviving. That just doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah, there's no version of that really works.
Down.
Quite solid chunk. I'm fine with a solid chunk. And, you know, shape's only weird until you eat it, and then it stops being relevant. That makes it more interesting. Plus, when you look at most other chocolate bars, they can get quite hard to break, especially if you've got them cold. With Toblerone, because of the shape of them, it's really easy just to pop a triangle off.
Right.
So, you get nice leverage on it when you just stick your thumb in the gap.
Diving into ancient ruins on purpose.
Well, if you keep others out of the ruins, I have to go in. Who else will if I don't?
No one has to. If people were meant to go there, there'd still be people there.
Oh, you're so sweet for worrying, dear.
I mean, I swear to the Ascendant Gods, you're about as hard to read as a Valian romance novel.
So you've read those romance novels then? Should we start a book club?
Right, we're done here. I'll be over there doing something else.
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost
out of
as bad
control?
as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack.
Not sure I want to know what she asked for. Trying to protect the people. No, she's not. She is trying to protect her position and her pride at the cost of her people. She is an absolute failure as a leader, even more than Kostya, who is not much better. But yeah, she should not be anywhere near a position of authority at all. You shouldn't get to decide what she has for breakfast, let alone what happens to anybody else. And Kostya can decide on what's for breakfast, but I don't think he should be deciding anything more complicated than that either. More innovative in his thinking, at least.
If the steel garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble.
I do agree.
It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright. and the Wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
Well, we got people strangers. No one should enter the garden, but we're going to do it anyway. Yes, I don't think anybody should, but I don't care. I don't fit in with their traditions.
That's all right. I prefer the company of misfits and rejects. The council made their choice.
How we doing, player?
If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way.
Yeah, well, pushing the triangles only works so far. You've got no range of movement in there. If you break your one off the end and you push your thumb down the gap, you get a bigger range of movement, meaning it breaks. It's just much easier to do it that way.
You too.
I mean, normally it'll break if you push it inward as well, but if there's any kind of give in it before it snaps, then you need the extra range of movement. Anyway, wrong button. That's the one I need. Whoop. There. Whew, it's getting warm now. So, that was a good bit of progress. Going toe-to-toe with the Steel Garrote again next time. Should be interesting to see how this pans out. I am curious. Yeah. Well, they're looking for an entrance to the garden. We're looking for an entrance to the garden. I don't know. I really don't know how much more of the game might be sitting beyond the stage we're at. I feel like we're on a final push towards the end now. Because Galloway's Dusk is basically clear, but for the Mount Forger area. And then there's the garden. So we might get there tomorrow, because I'm going to do an extra stream tomorrow, because I didn't last night. Or we might have one more session after that. I have to play it by ear a bit, I think. I really don't know. Yeah, there's a lot about this game I enjoy. I like the setting. I like the sort of the background. The religious setup of it all is interesting. I like some of the characters. I don't like others, which is part of the course anyway. That's kind of the way it's meant to go. But they skip over including obvious options that they should be including in the dialogue. And I don't know why, and it's bloody annoying, along with a few other bits and pieces. But yeah, I feel like the conversation and dialogue in the game is probably the biggest letdown in the game for me. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, but, you know, options that are not present that absolutely should be present, and characters knowing information they couldn't possibly have known without you sharing it when you didn't share it. That sort of thing. There's just a number of things that are just very frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe probably on about a 7 maybe for this game, I think, so far. But yeah, anyway. Looking forward to pushing on with it tomorrow, and we'll see if we can give that undead witch what she deserves at some point. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later. I'm curious to see what the final stages are like. I am curious also, excuse me, to see how things actually turn out with Sapodal. I hope we're going to find out what Woedica's motivation in attacking Sapodal and Sapodal's followers, Yakida, actually was. Was it just something that's not part of her power structure and she can't control? She attacked for that reason? Or was Sapodal actually, you know, nuts and a liability? And possibly has forgotten or something because of their imprisonment. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that Sapodal actually is a massive problem and did need to be contained. But I equally wouldn't be surprised to find out that Woedica's just a psychotic, power-hungry bitch. So, I guess we'll see, won't we? But I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. Oh, there might be some option that I can't predict at all in there. But I'm guessing it's going to be one of those two. Anyway, most of my predictions like that have been, if not correct, they've been close. So, yeah. We shall see. But we'll push on with this tomorrow, probably at around about 8 o'clock, probably. maybe a little early, see what mood I'm in, but see how it goes. My day, most of it tomorrow, should be nice and chilled and reasonably wide open, because, I'm basically ahead of the curve for other things. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. I've got a new camp build coming up, and I'm quite pleased with how it came out. But I'm very, very pleased with how it came out. I like the place a lot. If you want a sneak preview, have a look on Instagram. It's a little sneaky preview, as I did put a picture up earlier today. So, yeah, do check that out. Links in description. For now, though, I am going to go and open a window because it's sweaty in here. I don't know what the humidity outside was, sort of 85, wasn't it, or something like that? But it's definitely higher in here. Sweatier than Satan's armpit. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. I hope you've had fun. Looking forward to pursuing this one tomorrow. If you did like the stream, likes and subs always appreciated. Notification bell, you might get told when I go live and upload, you know. You might not, it's YouTube, but hey, if you don't press it, you definitely won't. Social media links, because I'm posting on there, so you'll know when I upload that way at least. And channel memberships are available down there as well if you're interested in that and you haven't already. I do appreciate. But for now, thank you for hanging out. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all around about the usual time tomorrow for what will, I hope, probably be the last weekend stream for a while, and we can settle back to our 5-in-a-week normal rhythm, hopefully, because I think we're mostly cleared my excessive overload of games coming out too quickly now. Yeah, should be cool. Anyway, until then, look after yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. Night, folks. See you then.